Hello and welcome to Physics Corner with your host, Jake. So glad you could join me on another exciting episode of Physics Corner where we discuss the previous week's activities in my physics class. So this week on Tuesday we started the day off by doing some test launching with our launchers, water balloon launchers. We are working on Project 2. In Project 2 we had to construct a water balloon launcher, or we had to construct some type of base that we could attach the launcher to so that we can launch water balloons at our teacher. So that's basically what we get to do for Project 2. We have constructed our water balloon launcher, and Tuesday was the first day of testing. So on Tuesday we met, and the idea was to use glow sticks we were going to crack glow sticks, put them in clear plastic bags, and fill it with water, tie them off, and launch those. Because my class is a night class, and so by the time we could get out there, it was dark. So we found a dark field, and we did this and launched off the bags. It ended up that there's 3 groups, so there's 3 separate water balloon launchers. They're all very similar in nature, but the ideas are kind of the same, but each design is a little different. My group's design is it's really big. We made a very large launcher. The idea behind our launcher was we used a commercial balloon launcher, and when you use a commercial balloon launcher, you usually use 2 pretty large adult males to hold the launcher, and they stand as erect as possible, and they hold that and launch it. So that was kind of the idea behind ours, is that we needed to represent 2 large adult males. So we need something tall. So ours launcher's 6 feet tall, and it has a very large base to support that. Our launcher was the only one that we got any success from. It's the only one that really worked. So we were quite proud of that and glad that it did work. The only problem was that when we got back to the classroom to analyze our data, we found out that you couldn't see anything. You couldn't see the glow sticks. It didn't work as well as we thought it would. So that meant that we still needed to collect data somehow. So we met again on Thursday. So we decided to do it again on Thursday. This time we were going to try to do it underneath on the soccer field and underneath the lights. So we did that, and we actually used a soccer ball on Thursday and to collect data. And that actually worked really well because the lights reflected off the ball. It was a silver ball, shiny ball, and the lights reflected off the ball so you could see it very well. And it was large enough to see and to track the trajectory of this ball, so that we can analyze this data, and that will help determine the launch angle and velocity that we need to launch our balloons at. So that was Tuesday, beginning of Thursday. But on Tuesday we also worked on a new problem, or we took a quiz also. Don't want to forget to mention the quiz. We did take a quiz on doing graphs, on drawing graphs with acceleration added to it. That was a little more difficult. We also learned, or we started working on a new problem, where the problem was that a man falls off a building, like 400-meter high building, and as he falls, he's falling at 10 meters per second squared, and a rocketeer man comes flying at 65 meters per second, and as soon as he hits the height of the building, his rockets turn off, and he's dropping now at a rate of 10 meters per second. So then we had to calculate when he would catch up to the guy, and we had to draw those graphs first in groups, and then we did it on Excel, and we were able to see when they would hit the ground together. So that was an interesting problem. It was kind of difficult for these graphs, but I did end up doing it at the end. So that was pretty much our Tuesday class. Thursday, as I said before, we opened the day with doing the balloon launching, so then we got back to class and we did the data analysis, started analyzing the video, and So I got that pretty much done, and I just need to finish that up a little bit for my group. And so that's going well. And then we talked about range and energy. These concepts of physics coming up where I think I know energy, here energy every day, talk about energy, you know what energy is, but you really don't know. I'm learning in this class how little I do know, and how little about this world I know. It kind of blows my mind. But energy is, we feel like or think that there's many different types or kinds of energy, but they're really all the same, just in different forms. So, or they're just stored in different ways. So I learned that energy is stored in many different ways. There's kinetic energy, which is energy in motion. There's dissipated energy, where energy that is no longer able to be used. I also learned that energy really never leaves the system. It just goes into a form that we're not able to use any longer. And so that was a interesting lecture we had on energy, but I enjoyed it. Maybe use some good examples to help us grasp. So that was pretty much the week. There's still a lot to do. We need to finish up our project, continue working on that, finish the data analysis, and crunch the numbers for the equations so that we can determine the velocity and launch angles for our launcher. And so I hope to see you next week on Fitness Corner, and we'll talk to you later.